friends, welcome to Nara's Yoga Journal. Today let's talk about how to transfer from your downward facing dog through three-legged dog and into your lunge or warrior one. Because in classes, I noticed this is one of the very common issues, or you can say challenges we face. In this video, I will show you how to make it easier. With props, modifications, let's get started. Let me show you how I usually do in my transition from downward dog into a lunge. Now the first thing, you need to make sure that your downward facing dog have a good stance. The good stance means that it's basically from your plank pose. So from plank pose, shoulders above your wrist and your whole body in a line. From here, lift your hips up and back. Now, this downward facing dog has a perfect stance. So that will make you easier to transfer in your lunge. Now we anchor down our right foot. Lift your left foot up and back as you inhale. Exhale, draw your core into your chest, bend your knee, shift your weight forward. Shoulders above your wrist. Now I still hug my thigh into my side. Maybe just round your spine just a bit to give you more space here. Now press your palms down, press it up, and I step it through. Now you have your lunge here. You can lower your knee down into a low lunge, or when you're ready, lift your back knee up into a high lunge. Now I will show you, if I don't draw my thigh into my chest, how will that look? Lift my thigh and shift forward. And now you can see that there is not enough space from my front knee and my mat. So if I step forward, I will definitely step halfway. That makes sense, right? Now, if I draw my thigh into my chest, you can see that there is much more space between my knee and my mat. So I will easily transfer into this pose. And another thing is, in your downward dog, the stance between your hands and your feet matters a lot in this transition. Because when we transfer from downward dog, if the space from your hands and your feet is too long, it definitely will be harder for this transition. So the perfect stance for downward facing dog is you use your plank as a gauge here. If I walk my hands forward, but my feet still here, so now you can see that my plank pose is too long, the stance is too long. If from here I transfer into downward dog, and then I want to step in lunge, that will get me in trouble. You can see that the stance is too long. Even though I draw my thigh into my chest, I cannot shift forward. Another thing here is to lift your heels and rise onto your toes when you do this transition. Let's see, how does it work? I lift my left leg and shift my weight forward, and you can see that I rise onto my toes. So I have more space in my legs and in my arms. And I bend my knee and step forward. Besides these tips, if this transition still feels not accessible for now, just skip it, and we have some modification for that. Now, I lift my left leg and I bend my knee, shift my weight forward. And now you can see that the block and my arm make more space for my leg, so I can step my foot forward. That's easier, right? And just drop your knees into tabletop position, and you step your foot forward. Now I step halfway here, so no worries. You just use your left hand and help your leg move forward. Maybe one way, maybe just several steps. Okay, it depends on yourself. That's totally fine. You don't need to get your low lunge in only one step. Just remember that what matters most is you move in this transition safely and steadily. And And with practice and the tips we just discussed before, your transition, your steps will get lighter and easier. Alright, that's all. If this was helpful, please subscribe or leave me a comment and let me know which modifications work best for you. And thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.